I keep trying to make. The moment that I hit like 20 minutes, then everything drops, and I don't know what's going on. So all these videos I'm gonna make no sense. All they're gonna make a lot of sense when I put them together, or when you put them together, because I don't know how to. Again, what I was saying about Ashley Walters, if she didn't file this last week, I wouldn't even be talking about her. I doubt that anybody, my neck hurts so much. Do this. I doubt that anybody would be talking about her. She made a mistake by filing, I think, because I mean, there's no way that she can prove any of this. We have videos, interviews, radio interviews of Manson talking about the apartment and the studio place slash apartment where he was living and recording and collaborating with all these people, and the black walls and the black floor. He admitted to all this years and years ago. Now she's going on something that is there's no substance to it. Like I said, she needs to have at least proof of one thing, and then maybe from that one thing, if that one thing is, yucky enough and strong enough to make people think, maybe people are going to start believing everything, all the other things you have to say. But she's doing so many, it's even more than the Ashley Morgan. What Ashley Walters is doing, her filing is, whoa, there's just so much glitter and so much embellishment and so much little, it is BS. So it goes like this. We know how it goes, right? But the beginning is this, doesn't even matter, right? Everybody knows who Brian Warner is. Oh yeah, by the way, damages. Complaint for damages. Complaint for damages is cash. It's a fancy way to say give me money. Complaint for damages, because she is trying to say that not only he ruined her life when they were working together, but also after. He took pictures of her, he blackmailed her, he made her look bad with the whole industry, he said bad things about her, he hacked into her Facebook account. Manson doesn't even know how to open an email. I mean, like, really, I'm not making fun of him, but everybody knows that. So yeah, all of a sudden he's this hacker from the movie Hackers. He's a gang member. He's a hacker. He has all these things. The guy's like, from a James Bond movie or something, and these people are delusional. So they're saying that plaintiff was exposed to abusive and sexually explicit harassment and mistreatment. She did not learn of the extent. This is important right here. Item number 3. She did not learn of the extent of defendant's mistreatment of numerous women until late 2020, when she connected with a support group of defendants' survivors who told terrific and similar stories of physical, mental, and sexual abuse in the hands of Brian Warner. Okay, wait. So they admit right there they were gossiping like little witches. No offense to witches, actually. She admits right there, or her lawyer admits right there, that this was a group, which is what Greta has been saying on all her videos, that there was a group effort and they tried to recruit her, and she's saying, no, I'm not a victim, hell no, I'm not going to be part of your little COVID and your little gossipy. So she refused. So they're admitting right there, item 3. Oh my god, if you have it, go read it. Don't take my word for it, go read it. While plaintiff was exposed to abusive and sexually explicit harassment and mistreatment, she did not learn, so she didn't know, so it was, when it was happening to her, she didn't know how big it was. But that's first, it was bullshit, because in 2010, it was the time that Manson was supposedly abusing Esme Bianco as well. So what do you mean she didn't know the extent of it? She was in it, she was there. 2010 to 2011 is also when Ashley Morgan was being abused, allegedly. So what do you mean you don't know the extent of it? You were right there. So that's very strange, first of all. And then that she got together, she connected with a support group, the anti-Manson support group, we hang out on Tuesdays at Starbucks. She connected with the support group. So she started listening to stories, right? And the stories were horrific and similar stories of physical, mental, and sexual abuse and the ones that she experienced. It's so wrong. That whole thing right there is a lie. It's a lie that she didn't know what was happening. Unless she's saying right there that she knew and she didn't say anything, because Esme Bianco was abused, Ashley Morgan was abused in 2010 too. So for Ashley to say that she didn't know the extent of it until 2020, it's a big fat lie, because she was there, living there, with Esme was there, getting abused allegedly. So what do you mean you didn't know the extent of it until 2020? Oh my God. Not only that part, I don't know, I'm sure that all the channels are touching on this, but not only that part, I hope whatever judge, whoever gets this, gets a laugh out of this thing. But also the part that says that she started going to this group, it's like a women against Manson type of group, I don't know. And they were telling horrific and similar stories, so they were bonded. Like in Ashley Morgan video when she said, we found strength in numbers. That thing resonated in my head over and over after I listened to that nasty interview that she did. We found the strength in numbers. So it's all about numbers. It's all about how many can we get to say this, how many can we get to say this. She didn't know the extent until 2020 if she was there working for him while her two girlfriends were being abused. So what, like, they didn't tell you? You didn't see them leaving the apartment where you were working at? You didn't see Ashley Morgan leaving the apartment with a broken nose? You didn't see it because it didn't happen. My gosh, these people frustrate me. So it goes to say, 4, many of these horrific experiences have been revealed through lawsuits and media stories. Ooh. Lawsuits, there's only one. That is Ashley Morgan's. And then this is the second one. There's nothing before that. And media stories, they're referring to Instagram posts and Twitter posts. All right, these days that's been taken serious, I guess. Numerous lawsuits. No, this is the second one. And media stories, yeah, there's a bunch of media stories, but they should not be considered so like sacred word when they come from Instagram. Okay. Describing defendants Warner's systematic pattern of abuse towards women. Systematic. They love to put that word in there. There's certain words that lawyers use. I'm not a lawyer, but I've been to court many times, sadly. They just use these words, they're called buzzwords or keywords. So systematic is a really good one for, to say that somebody's doing something over and over and over again out of malice. Because if you say, well, this guy did this a bunch of times, it sounds weak. Systematic sounds better, right? He had a system, like a serial killer or something. How ironic, right? The whole Manson thing, and that he ended up in this framing, like, scandal, conspiracy, because I really do believe it's a conspiracy more than a scandal. A scandal would be like if he actually did it. This is it's not even like the Ember thing. The Ember made the whole thing up. This is from one little thing that Evan told other people, that other people told other people, that other people told other people. It's horrible. If anybody was being systematic, it's the women. The women have a pattern to blame him, not him. He doesn't have a pattern to abuse anybody. They have a pattern to blame him. Media stories. I love how they call it media stories when it's just Instagram and Twitter. And lawsuits. Sorry, this is the second one. So saying many lawsuits is kind of stupid to write it like that. No. So, item 5. I'm just going to read the ones that frustrate me the most. In fact, as a result of those courageous and brave enough to come forward, oh God, the defendant is the subject of an ongoing criminal investigation into his abusive behavior towards women. They put it there so we believe that he is. I'm like 50-50 on that. I don't think there is a criminal investigation. If there is, we're not going to know, because criminal investigations are not on the internet. We know about this because this is not criminal. So let's say there is, we're not going to know until we know. It's what happened with Johnny and Amber. So venue is proper based on the location. Oh, okay. Venue, we don't need to know about this. LA, they both live in LA, they're American, blah blah blah. This is like more formalities. Yeah, state of California, they reside, the true names. Okay. A statement of facts. Brian Warner, 52, began his career. We don't have to read that, right? We know who he is. Statement of facts is what they do on court. They can go to court against your brother and sister. You just don't have to say who they are. It's just is part of the court system. So now we read who he is, who she is, and where she lives, where he lives. Okay. It starts. The scary movie starts for Ashley here. Okay. Complaint for damages. This is item 17, if you guys are looking it up. Complaint for damages. Okay. Okay. In March 2010, remember, all this is between 2010 and 2011 and a half. Not before, not after. That's what Dita and Rose have nothing to say about him. Anyway, March 2010, defendant Warner reached out to plaintiff Ashley via social media. I already said in many videos that I don't believe this for a second. I don't believe that he's reaching out to these people because the art is so good and he wants to meet them all. I think that's BS. But let's just go with it. Let's go with it. Ashley was an aspiring professional photographer. Aspiring or professional? Which one is it? Let's say aspiring professional photographer was thrilled that someone in the creative entertainment field like Brian Warner recognized and admired her photography. So she was like, oh my God, I'm so lucky. Through the next month, he continued to frequently call and text her. Now we're gonna need those messages, right? It's not enough with just putting it there. We need to see them. Somebody needs to see them eventually. And text message Walters over and over. He suggested they collaborate on future artistic endeavors, which Ashley Waters was excited to discuss because this is Manson and she admired him, right? So he's texting her nonstop to collaborate. Like, who the fuck is she? Who is she? Anyway, so they got together. Okay, when Ashley arrived, she was instructed to park her car in the business lot behind the residence. By the way, everybody that knows where Santa Monica Boulevard is and where West Hollywood is, they can go there. It's there. And there's a liquor store, and this place is above the liquor store. And it's a parking lot next to it, and a parking lot across the street. I don't know which one they're referring to because there's parking lots everywhere. But this might be actually true. When you park your car there, you can't move it until 7 in the morning. It's sometimes 8 in the morning, and in the weekends even 10 in the morning, which kind of sucks, but that's the way it is. So maybe that's true that she parked the car there, and her vehicle was stuck there all night. I don't think that's really criminal at all, but that's the one thing that I can say. Well, she's making sense right there. As she arrived, she was instructed to park her car in the business lot. There is nothing that is not a business lot, you idiots. They're all business over there. Manson lived there above a liquor store in a place that used to be a ballet. A ballet studio. So when they say business lot, they're all business lots. There is no, how do you say it? It's not suburbia, West Hollywood. They're like bars and clothing stores and vintage stores, and you have things that sell skateboards and bikes. Everything is a commercial lot. So for them to say the business lot behind the residence, yeah, okay, fine. She did not know at the time that the parking lot was locked from 2 to 7. Unless you're parking like next to a park, or you find your way to park like in a church or something like that, chances are around the town that it's gonna be locked at night. The chances are you're not gonna be able to move it. I don't know why she did not know this. She lives in LA. So it's very normal that things are locked from 2 to 7, or sometimes from 12 to 8, whatever it happens to be. It's not that strange. Really, it isn't. Okay, so Ashley enters the home. She was disoriented. Oh yeah. She was so disoriented by the almost total darkness inside, despite there still being light outside. So yeah, she was very dizzy because she came from the light, and then it was dark inside, right? And we had that interview that I play on my other video of Manson saying, actually corroborating that, saying that yeah, he found that doing that things that way was so much better, it's so much more fun, and then he got this place where people can create with no time didn't exist. And I think it sounds awesome if you're a real artist, but I guess Ashley, you're not. So she's making it sound like it was a bad thing, which a lot of us are saying, well, that is just a cool place to collaborate, but okay. It was very cold and very dark. She didn't know what time it was because there was no clocks. And we know there's an interview of Manson actually saying there was no clocks. These chicks are not reinventing the wheel. They're not saying something that he didn't say before. So it's like, they're at the end they're gonna look pretty stupid. They already look stupid. So glad that a lot of people on YouTube are doing this, and they don't believe it either, and just really makes me happy. This shows you that not everybody's brainwashed, not everybody's part of the big movements. The day turned into night. Defendant asked to take photographs of Ashley. She agreed. Defendant continued taking photographs. He asked Ashley to remove her shirt. She, not opposing to provocative art in theory because she took pictures before of naked people, she did it. But the way in which the defender insisted caused her to pause. Oh my God, this like writing a play. She paused. Eventually, Ashley agreed to remove her shirt, but not her bra. After the defendant finished taking the photographs of Ashley, he pushed her onto his bed. They're gonna need proof of this. I don't know how they're gonna prove this if nothing is broken or there's no pictures of the damage. How are you gonna prove this? He pushed her onto his bed and pinned down her arms, right? Say like this. Ashley turned her head away as he tried to kiss her, but she quickly moved, okay, from the defendant. So it was like he pinned her, it was like this. He tried to kiss her, she went like that, and she moved by magic. I don't know where she moved to. What they're describing right there is something that is really hard to prove. Really hard to prove. Just like what Johnny has no proof over what he did, what Amber did. Like, there's not a lot of proof on the movements. There's audio, and that's it. And there's statements from witnesses. But when it comes to like, oh, well, she threw the cup with the right hand and it hit me on my left knee. There's no proof of any of those movements that your body does. So for her to say she was pinned, right, and then he tried to kiss her, so that she did this or this, and that's when he bit her ear. I'm really not laughing because I'm laughing at Ashley. I'm not laughing at the act because a lot of people, this happens to them for reals, okay? So if I'm laughing because it's a nervous laugh, because it makes me kind of nervous to read this, because it resonates, but also because I know it's bullshit, but also because it makes me sad because I know that some people were pinned to the wall, some people were bit, some people get raped, some people get beat up, some people get locked into cages and rooms and bathrooms and without food. So this stuff does happen, but it really makes me mad that they're the ones that are doing it. But if I seem to laugh or get frustrated and then laugh again, it's because my nerves, like I'd really actually, this was not a good idea for you to do, to file all this. It's impossible to prove. It's impossible to prove that he even bit her ear. How the hell are you gonna prove that? And where are the pictures? These pictures that she said that he was taking, and these messages exchanged from him going like, I want you to collaborate with me. Come to collaborate with me. If we don't see those emails and those messages, it's gonna be really hard. It's really hard. Yeah. There's no way really to prove something like biting, little nibble like that. If he did, if he didn't, if he did and she didn't mind, it's gonna be really hard for her to prove that any of this happened. Extremely hard. So item 24. After the defendant finished taking the photographs, okay, he pushed her into his bed. Okay, she quickly moved away. Pin, kiss, move away, and bit ear. I'm just trying to freaking make sense out of this freaking circus that she's describing here. Defendant then moved behind Ashley and bit her ear again, while grabbing her hand and placing it in his underwear. So he had no pants on. What does it say that he took off his pants? That will be a detail to put there, don't you think? That he took off his pants, he undressed. So they were hanging out and he had no pants on and he was in his underwear. Well, if he was in his underwear, you guys were hanging out, then you guys were good. This is not a situation of fear and a victim and a big bad wolf. If you're hanging out with a guy and he's in his underwear, no pants on. Ashley, and on any girls out there, if you're hanging out with a guy and he has no underwear on, I mean he has no pants on, and just his boxers underwear, you just what? You just don't run away from that, but you don't go like, dude, put your pants back on or call somebody. If you are hanging out with anybody that has no pants on and they're hanging out on their bras or their underwears, then that is a very casual, comfortable situation for you. It's not a rape or an assault scenario at all. Because she's saying, this is such a bad filing, oh my God, everything is going to go against her. Throw her head away. So, better again, this Manson guy, he's beating everybody. He's biting, he's a vampire, bites all of them at the same time. Okay, but the hand, okay, he grabbed her hand and put it in his underwear, right? So let's say, so he's wearing no pants. And if you're wearing no pants, you're hanging out with a guy wearing no pants, and you're okay with it, then you're okay with that. Would you hang with, unless it's your brother, or your husband? But if it's the guy that you're supposed to be working for, he's wearing no pants, and you're cool, and you guys are hanging out. So there's no assault. I mean, like, anyway. So Ashley again move away. She moved away. They say Ashley again move away, so they make you, so he sounds, worse than he already does, because she had to move away again. She moved again away from him because the first time wasn't enough. She had to do it again. And realizing it was now after 7 a.m., she was able to leave. Okay, Ashley. There's a 7-Eleven down the street. I know where this place is at. I know the neighborhood. She could walk down and go to a gas station and go to I think there's a McDonald's. It's either McDonald's or there's a Jack in the Box, 24 hours open. There's a diner. There is gas stations everywhere. You could have left and just walked somewhere and asked for help. She's making it sound like she's in the middle of nowhere and she's in West Hollywood and there's a lot of stuff around. 24 hours, because that's how people make a living over there. So it is not so weird if you're in a situation that you need to run away from somebody or from something, you have a gas station across the street, another one right here, you have a bar right here. There is things that she could have done to wait until 7. That's what I'm trying to say. She didn't have to wait until 7 a.m. at his place. It's almost like he had this iron gate all around or something. And no, he didn't. There's no gate in that place. There's nothing like that. So she was able to move the vehicle. Okay. Immediately after Ashley left, defendant bombarded her with text messages, praising her and telling her how much he loved their conversation and looked forward to working with her. Okay, then, right? So she's scared. She's like, oh my God, this guy bit my ear. He put my hand in his underwear. But I'm going to go back and work for him. That's really, how are you going to prove that that's not ridiculous? Unless you want to prove that your mind's, that you have mental, what? She's going to probably say that she was high, or she can say I don't know how she's going to make people understand in court that after he bit both of her ears and put her hand on his underwear, she went back like a week after and started working for him. I don't know how that's going to work in court, really. Bad. This filing is a big mistake, like seriously, the whole thing. And then immediately after, the text messages. They said that he sent her a bunch of messages because he was praising her. We had a good time together. Hey, let's collaborate, right? I hope that one day we see these fake messages somehow. So Ashley left the defendant's residence after the first meeting feeling confusion and fear. But she also felt excitement about their creative connection. My eyes are rolling like 100 times to eternity about this. So she felt so scared and confused, but also excited about the creative connection and similar artistic interest. She felt lucky that the defendant recognized her talent and looked forward to working with him. After he bit her ears, no, he walked around in his underwear in this black apartment with cocaine everywhere. Okay, and you're excited to go back. She unconsciously, you are a lawyer, you're not a psychiatrist. I hate when lawyers do this. They talk about the subconscious or the unconscious. It sounds silly. She unconsciously made the decision to focus on their shared interest and ignore the traumatizing experience of being pinned to the bed. Unconsciously. No. If that happened, she made that decision consciously, not unconsciously. Unconsciously is really unconscious. It doesn't mean, she made that decision. What they're failing to say here, which is the truth, is, let's say Manson bit her ear. Let's say Manson playfully just got her hand and put it in his underwear. Let's say he did. And then she went back and worked for him, right? And ignored the trauma, the fear, and focused on the work. That is something that she did consciously. So why in the hell are you all putting unconsciously? It don't make no sense there, okay? They're trying, by them using the word unconsciously, they're trying to tell you that she was not in control of absolutely nothing. She was on this bubble of trauma and fear. No. If the trauma happened, it didn't. Let's pretend it happened. She consciously made a decision to go back. But they can't put that, because if they put that, it shows you that she has a little bit of control. And they're trying to show her and all the other women on this powerless, weak, we have no control over ourselves type of narrative. So forget it. She unconsciously do nothing. She consciously made the decision. You cannot make the decision unconsciously. You know how stupid this is? I keep reading over and over. Okay, it's like I said right now. I'm unconsciously going to reach and grab my cup of coffee, even if I know it's too late and it's bad for me. I'm unconsciously doing it right now. This is unconsciously, right? No. I consciously grab the coffee, even if I know it's not good for me. Let's put that in an example. So whoever wrote this is like, just, you will think lawyers are more, I guess this is pretty smart because they're trying to make her look, powerless, but I don't buy it. A lot of people are not going to buy it. Unconsciously made a decision. You don't make a decision unconsciously. Wow. I keep saying it, and no matter which way I toss it, it doesn't sound right because it's not right. Following the photo shoot, I thought it was trauma or rape, but it's a photo shoot. I don't want to laugh, but I'm just... Following the photo shoot, defendant continued to communicate with Ashley about art and work and other opportunities. The conversation remained professional and appropriate. And okay, as a result, Ashley believed the two were on the brink of potentially developing a professional relationship, and that made her excited. Well, I will respect her professional boundaries moving forward. She thought that because he was being nice, I think he was always being nice, but she thought that because he was being nice after the attack, the attack that happened, she thought that he was being cool and nice, so that gave her hope that they could work together. So she had this hope twice. She unconsciously made the decision twice to go back. Twice. On one occasion, Ashley modeled for a photo shoot. This girl is not a model. I'm not a model either, so what the hell. But I know a little bit of, we know through the years the type of the people that Manson hangs out with, men or women, and he has a type, doesn't he? He has a type. This girl is like, she looks like she's out of Coachella festival she looks like she went from the 1970s, whatever. It's all over the place. I doubt that he want her to model for anything. With Esme Bianco, I believe it, because Esme Bianco was gorgeous, before she destroyed her face. She was really pretty, and she is an actress, and she was a fetish model. So I kind of believe that he was into her. This one, no. Look at her pictures on Instagram. No. But this is her narrative, right? Remember, this is her story. It's just a story. It's like, Harry Potter or something. It's just a story. I can compare Ashley Walters to Harry Potter. Anyway, so she modeled for a photo shoot for him, where she was topless and only wearing pantyhose. Brian Warner acted professionally and did not make any advances on her that day. So that gave her more hope. There you go. Unconsciously coming back again. Unconsciously. I just can't get over that word. Okay, so what they're doing is that they're painting this picture of Manson being this like, oh my God, master plan sociopath. That he goes like, well, this girl came over one day, I'm gonna bid her ear, but the second day I'm gonna be super professional, so she trusts me, and the third day I'm gonna do something bad. Oh my God, like he doesn't have like the time and the energy probably, or the desire to do any of this. And besides, when all this was happening in 2010, where was Esme? Oh, Esme was like tied down in the basement or something. This was happening at the same time the Esme that she said that the same time that she was dating Manson. So where was the girlfriend at? Because they were boyfriend and girlfriend, like for reals. Not with Ashley, but Esme. They were for reals. They went places together. They got paparazzi pictures together, so they were together. Where's Esme at? Esme's like inside the oven or something, tied up, or like just like maybe she's, I don't know, she's under the table somewhere where all this is happening. So she unconsciously came back. For the third time, she came back for the job, right? After the whole thing turning weird, because she said she thought that because he was being nice and a gentleman, she thought that he was going to stay that way. This is what they're trying to say. It's not what I'm saying. It's what they're trying to say in here. But here comes the Nazi part, okay? And then I'm not going to laugh. on this because it is a fucking bullshit and this is a big issue. So I'm not gonna laugh like I was laughing before. But it's coming, right? So, sometime after this photo shoot, defendant asked Ashley again to be his director of photography and to perform in a video shoot. Defendant told her that it would be an audition so that he could analyze her creative skills. Again, they make him sound like he is this, like, big wolf. So he could analyze her creative skills on this audition, right? So here it goes. During the shoot, defendant told Ashley he loved when girls look like they had just been raped. And he told her to wear a Nazi jacket, wet her hair with water, put on a heavy black eyeliner, and wear smeared red lipstick on her face. I said I was not gonna laugh, and I'm not gonna laugh. It's ridiculous, but I'm not gonna laugh because of the nature of that. So I'm gonna keep going. Defendant ordered Ashley to remove all her clothing except her underwear and Nazi jacket. So she's like underwear and Nazi jacket, and get into bed with an actor who was also part of the video shoot. There's only one video that he did with an actor, and that's Johnny Depp. And that's the video for the song Satan. Say number 10, Satan. I don't think that's related to that, but I don't remember Manson having a music video with any other male actor besides Johnny. But anyway, maybe this was a pretend video. This is what she's trying to say. There was a pretend video. Again, he's lying to her. He's pretending, just like he pretended to Esme to put her in a movie and then he didn't put her in the movie. So Ashley's trying to say, her lawyer, which is an idiot, is trying to say that this was all pretend, and Ashley was super convinced they were going to do this project. So she wore the Nazi jacket and did everything he wanted her to do because for the name of art. She thought it was okay, unconsciously, probably. Defendant then painted Ashley's nipples red while saying they was purely professional. Just take it into this in any other context out there for like regular people. This is what the hell you gonna do? You wanna do to me? But in the context of Manson and art, and if it was LA or New York or anywhere when there's just like people making stuff, it's not that strange to tell somebody that you want to paint their body. I will say probably no. I will be like, no, I'm too fat or whatever. Like, let's just do another day. But I don't think that's an advance. I don't think that's an assault. I don't think that's an innuendo of anything worse that would happen after that. That somebody says they want to paint your body. I don't think it's the beginning of a nightmare, like they're trying to make it sound in here. The video should involve excuse me. The video should involve images being projected onto Ashley's Walter's body, and the actor while Ashley was kissing him. Who is this actor? I hope it's not Johnny, huh? There's no other actor I can think of that. Billy Zane. He made a video with Billy Zane back in the day. But well, let's say this video never came out, right? So anyway, so she's naked, only with a jacket. The Nazi jacket, naked Nazi jacket. When did she get on the bed? Like, there's not even an explanation of how she went from having something projected on her body with a projector, like you would project something on the wall, but on her instead. And then she was in the bed, I don't know, with this other actor, and she was kissing him. It doesn't say that she was pinned to the bed. It doesn't say that they tie her up with a jacket or something, or it says that she was kissing him, the guy. Maybe she was kissing him, maybe she liked the guy. Not Manson, this is another guy, an actor. However, that's the buzzword right there. However, as Ashley moved slightly on the bed, she realized that the actor this actor had unzipped his pants and it was touching his penis under the blankets. Okay, I'm really trying not to laugh. Really, because of the whole Nazi thing, I don't like laughing when I'm reading about that. At the same time, it's so dirty that they just keep using the Nazi knife, the Nazi jacket, the Nazi movies. Remember, in each of these things, the same thing shows pops. All these girls are saying the same thing, and not necessarily because it happened, but because what's the one thing that people are going to be like, oh my god, what a fucking asshole? Something related to Nazis, something related to any type of war, any type of genocide, any type of horrible, disgusting thing that probably ever happened in history. One of the biggest evil, like the most like, oh my god, okay, was what happened in Germany, Nazi Germany, what happened in World War II. And there's another, like, there's a lot of tragedies, but saying something related to Nazis is always going to, no matter who your family is, no matter where you're coming from, you know what it means, and it's going to just strike a nerve, even in me. And I don't have any ties to any particular, nothing that was going on that time, and it hits me. So imagine how it would hit somebody who actually had ties with that particular moment in history. So you say the Nazi word, and then people are going to react. So that's what they keep putting it on each of these complaints over and over and over. There was a knife, there was a Nazi knife, not a German knife, a Nazi knife. It could be a German but a non-Nazi knife. No, a Nazi knife. This was a jacket. Why a Nazi jacket? It was a vintage German looking jacket. No, it was a Nazi jacket. They know that with those words they're gonna just get people to hate his ass, and that's kind of what's going on right now. Maybe not on YouTube, but out there. So this guy's kissing her. She's trying to get up from the bed. She's trying to leave the bed, and this actor is touching himself. I don't know where Esme Bianco was when all this happening, because she's supposed to be the girlfriend, right? Instead, while Ashley attempted to diffuse the situation, she's such a diffuser. Unconsciously, again, she attempted to diffuse the situation by making a small talk while she hurried to get dressed. Okay, common sense there. When she attempted to leave the room, the actor threw her against the wall and wrathfully shoved his tongue into her mouth. How did she gonna prove that? Unless the guy that she's talking about, this so-so actor, comes up and says, oh yeah, I did that to her, that was horrible, I apologize. Or he says, well, that's crazy, I was there, she's a bitch. But this person needs to appear, needs to come up. This is a third person. Like, she keeps dragging people. Like, at least the other ones didn't drag everybody down. This one, Ashley Walters, is putting everybody in it. Now there's this actor who we don't know who it is, even if I might have an idea who, but where's the proof of this? Where's your proof? Where? Nothing broke. You don't have a bruise. I'm really looking for something that she can take a picture of and show it as proof. But you can't prove that somebody put their tongue inside you. I mean, it's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. But how can you prove it? Without a witness, without videos, you can't prove it. You just... So she diffused it, she did small talk, then she got pinned to the wall, and then this guy did that in her mouth. Not Manson, the other guy. Defendant praised Walter for being so amazing during the shoot, saying over and over that he liked that the actor was attracted to her. Okay, so now Manson is a pimp. Manson the pimp. He was like Manson the mobster, Manson the hacker, hackers people's accounts and Facebooks, and now he's a pimp. He's a pimp. Manson has always been a pimp. Okay, right, okay. So it's pretty much what she's saying here, that he kind of gave her to this guy, like, oh, you can have her, right? Like a pimp will do. Manson the pimp. It's hilarious. Anyway, Ashley was again both pleased. Oh my God, this is the fifth time that I'm gonna read the same thing, but with different words. Ashley was again both pleased. The defendant was proud of her work and incredibly traumatized by what just occurred. The line between artistic expression and flowered out abuse felt confusing and blurry to her. Also this is a matter of like age and culture and where the people are coming from. When this was happening to her, she was like 25 or something, okay, and from LA, living in California, living in LA. She's not coming, from middle of nowhere, at 18 years old from the village. For her to act so surprised about anything like this is kind of ridiculous. And also, they're trying to make her sound again that she had this fight with herself. I want to work with him, but he just threw me against the wall. But I really want to work with him. Oh, but he just did this. But like, if anything, it makes her sound crazy. And if you sound crazy in court, you might sound like you're a liar. That kind of goes together, crazy and lying. So why are they trying really hard to make this sound so stupid? The lawyer could just put like maybe two of this episodes, and it will be enough. No, but one after the other one. They bit the ear, the underwear, the push against the wall, the painting the nipples, the actor touching himself. Whoa, it's like so much on like one night. No, this is through the whole month. Okay, so she kept going back after all this because she was really interested in keep working with him and she admired him and all that, right? Let's pretend that we believe that for a second. Oh, because he was praising her. So these women are so, they love when Manson praised them. They're just okay. Anyway, around August 2010, the defendant asked Ashley to work as his personal assistant by telling her he would pay her double than what she was earning at her production company job. I do believe this because Manson is that type of guy. So I believe this part. I believe that he said, hey, I pay you double. There's nothing abusive or rapish or perverse or morbid or dark about, hey, I pay you double, come work for me. I wish I can like have my best friends working for me and I can pay them. I can't, but that would be really super cool if I can tell my friends, hey, quit that stupid job you have and come to my house and pretend that you're working and we hang out and I pay you. It's cool. I don't see that as dirty. I believe that he probably did that. He said, just quit the job and come work for me. I pay you more. I don't think that's negative. I think that's kind of funny. Maybe I'll do it if I can. I will have my friends hanging out with me, pretend that they're working for me, and then I can pay them, and they can quit their stupid jobs. Hell yeah, that's awesome. What's the crime on that? How did that make him look like Ted Bundy, or Jeffrey Dahmer or something? Because he's like, quit your job, come work for me, and I pay you double. Boo, boogeyman. Poor guy. I really don't feel. I make fun of it, but I will not. It has to suck right now for him, and for his wife and anybody, his family, and then just everybody. All of us. It's just It's disgusting. It's such an injustice. This wouldn't even happen if it wasn't for Evan Roach Wood and Esme Bianco and probably Amber Heard. Because Amber has so much success with all the lies on Johnny that this is kind of like a tutorial or an inspiration for all these women. I think so. But it's all Evan Rachel Wood's fault. All of it. Because if she didn't start that, none of this would have happened. I think so. This might have happened in a small way, but it wouldn't just pop to the point that the guy might be moving. We don't know where he is at, or he's okay, or where his wife is. He completely got canceled, completely disappeared. You just ruining somebody's life because you got fired and you're mad. or because you wanted to sleep with him and he wouldn't, or because you're just not ambitious, greedy, and you're just trying to feel better about yourself, and you love the attention, because who else is going to get more attention than a sexual assaulted victim? It's a pretty big freaking deal. Of course you're going to get attention because it's an issue. In real life, real victims get a lot of attention, and they deserve a lot of attention. Real victims do. So they're just like, Evan, if I have to pinpoint on one person, I would say Evan and Esme are the ones that started this whole thing. And this Ashley and the other Ashley, and there's some other two girls, not that important because they haven't filed. I'm only going to read about the ones that file in court, because everybody else with their Twitter post and their, but of course they're gonna they're milking this. They're just, the guy did all this in 1 year. So like before, when he was with Dita and he was with this actress, she's a porn actress, and she actually acted against rape and did like a lot of work against sexual violence. So it's kind of ironic. Those two were together. Manson and her were together. Well, Manson and Dita, we all know. Manson and Rose McGowan, we all know. But he was just abusive from 2010 to 2011 and a half. It's really weird. I keep saying the same thing. I know it's so redundant. Because it's redundant. You know why I keep repeating it? Because they keep repeating it. And it's ridiculous. This is the 5th time that I count on this file document that she decided to go back, because she was thinking about the future and the opportunities, right? And now he offered her double the money. So she was like, well, I don't care if I get bid or pin against the wall or throw on the bed, but double the money. And Manson, I'm going to go and do it. So, however, accepting the position, plaintiff was informed by defendant, then manager. The defendant was difficult to please, and the most assistance only lasted a few months. Bullshit. That's bullshit. First, but okay. So Ashley was told at the start that she would receive 1 month of severance pay if her employment with defendant did not last longer than 1 year. Okay, so pretty much what they're trying to say is he's so unstable, and he doesn't have nobody lasts, because he's so troubled and he's so unstable that all the assistants before they have to leave, or they get fired, or they quit, because this is such a hard job. And Ashley, brave Ashley, is gonna take on the job, right? She's gonna do it anyway, even with all those concerns. She's still gonna do it, even with everything that happened to her, with the actor and the touching themselves and the biting. She's still gonna do it. Okay. I thought she did not technically live in the house. Ashley was required to spend the vast majority of her time at defendant's residence. Yes, when you are somebody's personal assistant, into somebody kind of like high maintenance, like Manson seems to be, like any big name in rock or film or anything, you're gonna work like a lot of hours, and you want to be either in the house or really close to the house, because they're gonna call you to do things like people can corroborate this. There's a girl that her name is Paula, and she was his assistant for like so long, years and years and years, and she said that he was really good to work with, that he was really cool and shy, but it was times that she felt that, oh my god, it was a lot, and that she was working nonstop, and that's the nature of the beast, and that you don't complain, you just keep working. Although she did not technically live in the house, Ashley was required to spend the majority of the time in the residence, and her work day typically began around 5 p.m. and continued through the duration of the night. Oh my god. Yeah, I worked night shift before. They call it the graveyard shift for a reason, like with dead people. Anyway, yeah, any shift night that you're gonna have is gonna be from 5 p.m. to like 5 a.m. I don't know. That's only 12 hours there. It's not 48 hours like she's trying to make it sound like. Defendant maintained a peculiar, here we go, peculiar home and a workplace. The interior of the home was covered in graffiti, blood, inappropriate phrases. All the furniture through the house was painted black. The carpet was black, and every window was covered with blackout curtains to prevent any outside light from entering the home/workplace. The rooms were kept dark with a few dim lit lamps as the only source of light and some candles. As a result, Ashley and other employees used flashlights. Oh my god, oh my god, oh this is funny. Flashlights or headlamps to find their way around the residence. You know, like the TV show X-Files with the flashlights? Yeah, they're like, no. First of all, this place is not so big. They keep saying residence, and this place is a little apartment above a liquor store in West Hollywood. Small. It's smaller than my house. So when they're saying that they were going around with flashlights because they couldn't see, there's candles and there's light coming from outside. Even if you have blackout curtains, you still have light coming from outside. So I don't know what the fuck they're talking about anymore. Seriously, it's like a lot. This is a lot going through. Okay, so imagine all these people with flashlights, right? In this cave, the Manson cave. Employees were also not permitted to keep the temperature of the house workplace above 65 degrees. You know what number I have it on right now? 62. Because I also don't like sweating and I like to be cold. So I can do that. It's comfortable. I'm paying for my bill. Who's paying for his bill? He is. So having it at 65 is not 20 degrees. 65 is okay. The temperature rose about 65 degrees. He will get mad. Okay, to that, I have to say, bring a sweater. Okay, I know you're from LA. You don't understand cold. I get it. You want to live your life in shorts and sandals. Bring a sweater, honey. A sweater and a beanie, maybe. I really don't understand this whole thing with the cold and the black curtains, and that it's just, the intention is to make him sound like a freaking weird monster of, creature. Because when I think about it, 65 degrees is like, I swear I have it right now at 62. And I'm not freezing. So I don't know. Anyway, I guess if it's a 65 the whole time and the place is dark, you might just have a sense of just, your body might not like it, but you can just bring a sweater, like I said, and just put some slippers on your feet and some thick socks. I don't know. You don't have money to buy sweaters with all this double money that he's paying you. Anyway, I don't know, get like a personal heater that you can just put here next to your desk, and it's a heater just for you. I don't know. He probably will get really mad at that and just bite you on the ears again. This video is going to be so long, and probably not going to even post it because it's way too long. Not even an hour. Okay. Oh my gosh. That gets me. Like, I imagine the girls with the flashlights just going around with flashlights. Manson is like screaming at them, don't turn off the light, don't even think about it. And they're like FBI agents with flashlights all around. How dark, if I turn all the lights right now, all the lights off, and it's dark outside, and it's been raining, so it's really dark outside. There's not even the moonlight, it's dark. And I turn everything off, and I blow this candle, you will still see. You will still see. I don't know how to explain it. Your eyes, you still see. There's not such a thing as we have to go around with flashlights unless like you're like underground or something. You still see when you turn the lights off. So, I see. I don't know. So I guess I can survive in Manson's house just fine because I can see in the dark. I like being cold. Anyway, employees were also not permitted. Okay, I got that. Defendant also openly displays a glass closet here we go with the cage, right? In his dimly lit bedroom, which Ashley later learned the defendant considered that the quote unquote bad girl room, the bad girl's room. Okay. On several occasions, he deliberately made a mess in the closet and forced Ashley to organize and clean after him. So he did it on purpose. Kind of like he's like the stepmom in Cinderella. Remember in Cinderella or whatever? Cinderella, right? Yeah, she's like just puts everything upside down on purpose, so Cinderella has to clean it up again. Okay, so Manson is doing that on purpose. Why they're saying on purpose? Maybe he just didn't know what the hell he was doing. Why it has to be on purpose? And again, to make him just make, the image of him just being even darker than already is by all this. Now he's biting people in the ears. He's touching himself. Okay, what you doing? He's painting your naked body. He's asking you to put Nazi jackets on or Nazi outfits on. He has you at 65 degrees, which is really, really cold. And it's dark. You need a flashlight. And also, he's dumping clothes everywhere and ask you to pick it up. All these things this guy's doing in like a month and a half. This behavior was a routine for defendant, who frequently destroyed furniture, electronics, and other fixtures in his home during the fits of rage. Following these episodes, he will assign Ashley the near impossible task of rearranging everything back to the original state. Impossible? It's impossible to just like pick up some stuff if it got broken or the guy broke it. It's impossible to pick it up. Here it says that it's impossible. You need to choose your words when you file in court. Impossible task of rearranging everything back to original state, because it seems like he was angry and he broke everything, right? Supposedly. Defendant used this as an excuse for not completing the task fast enough. Okay, so he used this as an excuse to be mad at her because she was not completing the task, so the job fast enough. There's no proof there's no way she can prove any of this. Unless it's a recording, like a camera or an audio recording this, him mad and something, or her doing the job all over again. Maybe somebody have video of that. I don't know. Otherwise, there's no way she can prove this. This is all, it's vague. It's very vague. It's all face value. It's all she said, he said, she said. How is she going to prove that she was working, that she was picking the clothes after him when he was mad? How is she going to prove that? Even if it's true, how? Like, you can't. I don't know how. These people are going to get something out of their butt. Maybe they're just, their lawyers can hang out with Amber's Heard lawyers, and maybe they can learn a thing or two about, producing evidence. Because how are you going to produce evidence, Ashley? I don't know. Defendant intentionally created an atmosphere that was isolating and began refusing to allow Ashley to visit family or most holidays or to take any time off. Okay. Did he actually say to take no time off? No. It says, he began refusing to allow Ashley to visit family on most holidays or take any time off. So they should have said, if you want to make him look really, really like a monster, it should say that he refused to give her any time off. No, not some time off. So she has some time off then to hang out with her family. If you look at her Instagram, all she did in 2010 and 2011 was hanging out with people. One person she hung out with a lot with Esme Bianco, and they're like in Japan, they're in a jacuzzi, they're in Chateau Marmont, they are in Italy, they're all over the place together. It doesn't seem so isolating to me though, but okay. And also saying that somebody doesn't want to give you days off, and then you put there any days off, it sounds dumb, because okay, so any means that you have some then, right? Okay, so I had to pause for a second to get a phone call. I have no time off. I work for Manson. I have no time off. We all have time off. I feel like for her to just write on this document that she has some time off, that he was not letting her have all the time off that she wanted to. Well, but then you have some time off, and there's proof there's a lot of proof that she actually went all over the world in that year. So that I consider that time off, unless going on all those countries is part of the tour, because you're working with a guy. But there's pictures of her shopping, there's pictures of her in the swimming pool. I would say that is time off. Anyway, that's for discussion, but I think that she's just doing all that just to make it sound even more horrible. That is already, the whole thing is pretty bad, right? Supposedly. In or around September 2010. Okay, so all this happened between March 2010 to September 2010. That's super fast, isn't it? For somebody to trust you so much to like make you their personal assistant and just like bring you into their home and do all this trust in such a little time. Are you sure you didn't stalk him or chase him around? Because I think it's more like that than anything. But anyway, around September 2010, at the Spike TV Scream Awards in Los Angeles, intoxicated defendant pushed Ashley onto the lap of some actor. Hopefully this is not the same guy that put on the video anyway. To an actor, and bragged that he could have her if he wanted to. Pimp Manson. He's pimping people. Anyway, the actor proceeded to kiss Ashley and keep her on his lap. Defendant commonly offered Ashley up to his influential industry friends, even band members. You can have some witness nuggets right there. So if like if I was the judge, or even not the judge, but even any type of investigator on this, I'd be like, okay, all right, okay, cool. So you sit on the lap of this actor. Okay, who was the name of the actor? Oh, I don't know, really. If it was an actor that is famous, you know who it was. So when this happened, you were sitting on his lap. Was it dark? Was it bright? There was a party. You guys were alone. And what side of his lap you were sitting on? Like, I will ask so many questions like that, because that shows you right there might be all the witnesses around. The TV Scream Awards in Los Angeles is an event with hundreds of people around. That is not isolation. That's not isolation. That might just make you feel annoyed. Maybe you were kind of in distress about it, annoyed by it, but that's not isolation, and that is not assault either. Unless somebody just like shows us a video of how is she's gonna prove that she didn't sit on the guy's lap because she felt like it. That's the thing. Even if all this happened this way, how is she gonna prove that she didn't do it because she wanted to do it? Just like she came back to work for him over and over and over after she felt traumatized, she kept coming back. So if they were in the Scream Awards in LA, in a big venue with hundreds of people in there, partying and stuff, there was all the people there. So let's ask those people what happened. If they saw you on this actor's lap, let's go ask the actor if he also had you ever on his lap. I know, that's a no-brainer right there, but I don't know if they're gonna go so far on this case to even ask to get witnesses. I hope they do. I really hope they do, because he deserves better than this. If he's getting canceled for this, at least he deserves a trial, and people just popping and saying, wait, I never have that girl on my lap, and this all it takes is one person, like in Amber's case. The people that work in the building saying, I saw her, I never saw a bruise on her face. And so we have a couple people like that. Maybe that would look good for him. I think it looks good anyway, because this is so fantastic. This is a science fiction movie. she can sell this to HBO pretty much. I can't believe all this happened to her between March and September of the same year. Okay. So throw her to this guy's lap. Told the guy you can have her if you want to. Around October 2010, defendant once again offered Ashley to an industry friend and director during a group outing. Okay, who is the friend and who is the director? And who else was there? The group outing, like field trip around the mountains. What are the fuck you guys were doing? Okay, who are these people? Go talk to these people and then you see. The director grabbed Ashley repeatedly, touching her through the night, and once they returned to the defendant's residence, he cornered her and shoved his hand up her skirt while covering her mouth so his date would not hear. Okay, so the guy had, so this guy was with somebody, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, but it was trying to hurt Ashley supposedly, so cover her mouth so she wouldn't say a damn word, right? Because there was other people around. Again, not isolated. It doesn't say they put it on the back of a car and they forced her to go back to his house. No, they went back. All of them went back after the party moment. They went back to Manson's residence, okay? And there, some other guy, this director person, we don't know because she's not gonna put no names in there, right? Was just bugging her through the night, okay, until then it got really bad and he cornered her and shoved his hand up her skirt and then covered her mouth with the other hand, I guess, right? Okay. Defendant, this was a routine, encouraged and promoted and expected for Ashley to please his friends in whatever they desire. Despite this behavior, she continued to attend industry events and gatherings because it was expected as a part of the job. No, it's not. It's really expected as part of the job to be in each party that he goes to. I mean, no. And let's say it is. Those moments are not isolation moments. Those are times that you actually are in a party with a bunch of people. There's a bunch of people that are bad. There is. This town is full of freaking perverts. Disgusting. But there's also a bunch of people that are good. For one person that is gonna sit you in the lap and treat you like a hoe, there's somebody else that's gonna help you out and it's gonna be gonna have a good heart. So I don't believe that she was a poor, little Ryan Red Hood and all these big wolves around her. I mean, there gotta be somebody who was nice, and she's making it sound like nobody was, and that's not. It's statistically possible that everybody's going to be bad in one city, or everybody's going to be bad in one industry. There's people that are bad and good everywhere. The good cops, bad cops, good doctors, bad doctors, good actors, bad actors. I don't know. I do believe that maybe some of this happened with some of this people were trying to do things to her, but at the same time, if they were in public and she could continue going to these events with Manson, without Manson, it don't matter at this point anymore. The fact that she continued going to this event, she ever made it doesn't say anywhere that she accused any of these people before of anything. Forget Manson, but all these people she talks about, the actor, the company person, the industry friend. So there's at least 3 guys that already did something, this stuff to her. Well, then you have to go talk to these people and see what they have to say. And if it's true, then they need to be prosecuted for that. But why is it Manson's fault that she was in a party and then, I don't know. It is she's trying really hard. All of them are trying really hard to look like they're so defenseless and they're so weak and, poor little me. And in fact, like I said, there's bad people and there's good people everywhere. And if she'd really asked for help, somebody would have helped her in this type of situation. Not everybody in Hollywood is bad. They're making it sound like everybody's fucked up here, and it's not. It's not. Come on, you're gonna be stupid to think that every person in the industry is messed up. you know, it doesn't have to be the film or the music industry. There's a lot of people in the medical industry that are messed up. I know that. There's a lot of people in real estate industry that are messed up. She's making it sound like all these perverts, you know, are Manson knows all of these people, and then he just puts them all on her. Again, I'm asking, where is Esme Bianco? Because she's supposed to be the girlfriend this whole time. So I don't know where she's at in all this deal. Because Ashley was there pretty much like 12 hours a day, they're saying. So I don't know where the girlfriend was. Maybe she was out there filming Game of Thrones. I don't know. It's really weird that she didn't think about this before. Maybe she thought about it and I'm just being stupid. Because Esme and Ashley are like best friends. You can go to their Instagram. They're all above each other. And this is before this happened. They've been friends for years. So if Esme is your friend and she's seen that you've been treated like this and she doesn't say anything, like who's at fault here? Like seriously, like just this lack of responsibility and lack period, or just anything. Like you never say no. You never told him, hey, I'm gonna quit if you keep touching me like this. Or you never told this actor friend, whoever it is, I'm gonna tell your wife if you don't stop. You never made a police report on the actors or whoever these people are. You never told anybody. She probably told Esme. So see, they're all in this thing together. If she said, well, I told this makeup artist about Manson and nobody believed me. Okay, well, let's see. But there's nothing like that. She just kept it all inside, supposedly. I know that happens sometimes, but in this case, I don't think it did. It's my opinion. Just me. So they keep going to gatherings and she keeps feeling that she has to give to his friends because he keeps offering to other people. Because Pimp Manson. Anyway, additionally, she believed it will garner favor from the defendant and fear the loss of opportunities in an industry that she worked hard to be part of. Yeah, right. So, yeah, you're going to get fired if you are lying about somebody and telling lies around town about somebody. You're going to get fired. Or if you do a crappy job, you're going to get fired in any industry. So she was fearing this with reasons, right? Because she worked so hard. He worked so hard from March to September. She worked so hard to be part of this from March to September, because they're not saying where she worked before this. All right, we know that she was all over the world and probably on Manson's paycheck, on Manson's payroll. She worked so hard. What, in 1 year? That's hard. In this people's mentality, that's hard working. Anyway, March to September. It's not working hard, but anyway, okay. During this period, defendant first showed plaintiff a video. Okay, the video that he made. This kind of like he was bragging, right? He was like rubbing it on her face and bragging with this video of his abuse of a young female fan, which showed defendant stripping her down and whipping her until she screamed and cried. He also put a gun on the girl in the video. Was this a fake video? Was this acting? It was a music video? A fake gun? No gun? I mean, this is a guy who's being framed and who's being blamed for a school shooting, okay? This is a piece of cake compared to something so messed up, like being blamed for something like that. So you're watching a video that was kind of disturbing. How did she know the video was real? How did she know the gun was real? If the video even existed? I don't think so, but if it did. So he was showing her this stuff to make her upset, supposedly. Defendant repeatedly played the video for plaintiff at a maximum volume, like, super loud. This supposedly allegedly abused video in which he's allegedly abusing a young female fan. Plaintiff later learned that the girl in the video was a minor at the time the video was made. What proof you have? Because that's an accusation beyond accusations right there, right? We don't know if the video was a real video. But if the video was a real video, how you know the girl was a minor? And if you knew the girl was a minor, why you didn't do a damn thing about it? You just sit there and keep watching the video, pretty much. This is what I don't understand about these people. They see this happening to them or to their friends, and they just sit there. Like, that's what is not believable to me. I mean, unless I have to believe that they're evil. And so if you see a girl that's underage being supposedly hurt on this video, and you know that girl was underage, you don't go and say something to the police, knowing that he's showing you a video of a girl that is underage. Okay. The defendant regularly engaged in threatening behavior towards Ashley. On one occasion, Ashley locked herself in the defendant's room, and the defendant broke down the door when she refused to open it. The defendant also openly spoke about gang affiliations. Yeah, we heard this from what's her face before, from like the other one that did that. Oh yeah, Esme Bianco. They said he was gonna call a gang on her, and they were gonna remove her visa and send her back to the UK, which they should have, because he was part of a gang, the Manson gang, I don't know. Gang affiliations and his ability to destroy lives and even people if he felt like it. This is a big accusation right there. Do you see this file is the biggest one of all of them. Evan and Esme didn't do this. Ashley Morgan didn't do this. This is like the top of the top of the top of just sci-fi fucking fantasy movie. And a lot of these things are so over the top and in such a short period of time, and they don't smell like isolation to me. She talks about the trips, she talks about the industry parties, she talks about the awards, going out and outings and going for dinner. Well, there was no dinner, right? Going to bars. There was no isolation. Then there's a video of somebody that she believed was underage and she didn't do nothing about it. Whose fault is that? That's pretty bad. And then she said that he can destroy lives if he wants to, or even get people killed. Okay. Defendant ordered his employees to say damaging, offensive things or wear Nazi, well, here we go, paraphernalia while he recorded them. So then he will have collateral damage, so he will have something to blackmail them with. We know why she's saying this. Because there's a picture, or little Missy Evan Roach Wood. I can't even laugh, it's pretty messed up. With a hat that, again, I can see a Nazi hat, a Nazi looking hat. It's a leather black hat, and she has, with a Sharpie or marker or maybe eyeliner or whatever, she has a little mustache. It's not whiskers. It's not a mole. It's a mustache right here, like you know who. And there's pictures of Evan Richard Wood circling around that she's wearing that. And I don't think that the Manson just did it on her face. I mean, like, what? And it happens to be her engagement party to him. And somebody online, a really good, cool person, has those pictures. And she's been posting them on Instagram left and right. So I believe that Ashley Walters maybe saw those postings, and that's what she's saying that. So people go like, oh wait, there's this picture of Everett Wood posing with a knife and with a hat. Oh, well, he forced her to pose like that. See what I mean? Because he forced them to do this. It's not, I mean, like, there's really, he's like the biggest villain in history, right? So that he will do this to blackmail them. He will say, hey, here's a jacket, wear this, pose like this, do the mustache, take pictures of them and use them as blackmail. This is all bullshit. That is the biggest bullshit of this whole thing, because we know why she's saying that. Because the pictures of Evan out there wearing all that stuff. And there's a picture of Evan that I put a thumbnail on one of my videos that I don't see what hat she's wearing, or even if she's wearing a hat, but she's all makeup all done, black eyeshadow, like all it's very posed. It's not even like an accident. And she has a knife like this, and at the tip of the knife there's a little bit of cocaine. And okay, be responsible for that. You chose to snort cocaine out of a knife, Nazi knife or not. It is your fault, and you posed for a picture. She was not unconscious in these pictures that I'm talking about, that she has a hat and a mustache. She was conscious. She was not asleep. So, and they're not accidents. They're not like paparazzi pictures. They're pictures that Evan is posing, all proud of her outfit. So that's what Ashley's putting this here. So we think the Manson made them do that so he could blackmail them, which in fact is still the way around. They're doing the blackmail right now, all these people. Additionally, the defendant regularly unraveled into drug-induced fits of rage, of course, toward Ashley. During these drug binges, he threw dishes at Ashley, threatened to commit suicide, and even pushed her into a wall. Warner also boasted that he had gotten away with raping women. Okay. So these are things that she's saying, not things that I'm saying. I'm just reading them from my computer. Defendant routinely told Ashley that he wanted to kill women he was involved with, and she was forced to witness the abuse he inflicted on women. His girlfriends often hid in the guest bathroom, waiting for defendant to leave. On more than one occasion, oh, here we go. This is the part that I was reading about last night and I fell asleep. On more than one occasion, Ashley snuck food and drinks into the guest bathroom for the defendant's girlfriends, then Evan Rocha Wood and Esme Bianco. Evan was not with him in 2010. Like idiots. Esme, yes, she was. But why are you double lying like this? This document says that Ashley, let's save some lives, was getting food from the fridge, right? It says she was snacking the food, right? And then taking it to the bathroom to feed the girls that were locked in the bathroom. Supposedly Evan and Esme. Esme, yeah, okay, Esme was the girlfriend. Evan was not around in 2010. Obviously, if Esme was the girlfriend, then Evan wasn't there. Oh my God. And also another thing is funny about this. I thought this house had no food, right? Because Ashley Morgan said there was no food, just cocaine. Esme said there was no food, just cocaine. So Ashley Walters, somehow she found food, right? Enough food to just take it to the bathroom. So this whole place has only one bathroom. I mean, I'm thinking, okay, so they are in the bathroom, supposedly, Evan and Esme. This is like a Disney freaking movie, you know? Like, imagine like the girls, the little Hansel and Gretel or something, you know, in the bathroom, or like inside a little cave hiding, and then good old Ashley Walters just coming and feed them little crumbs that she found on the way before the wolf comes back. Oh my God, I can't believe that she got the dates wrong. She could have said Ashley Morgan or so person, but why she say Evan Rocha Wood was there? No, that's like not. Of course she's gonna say Evan Rocha Wood, Esme Bianco. She's not gonna say a new person, because a new person might be able to testify and say, no, I was perfectly fine. I wanted to be in that bathroom. I was fine. No, she's saying Evan and Esme, because Evan and Esme are going to in the future go like, oh yeah, we were in the bathroom and Ashley was bringing us food and all that. There was no food. I thought there was no food, right? And then if there is food, you bring in food to the bathroom to two people that are not with him in that moment as girlfriends. So I don't know. On one occasion, December 2010, okay, so now we'll go to December, so it only passed maybe 9 months out of this nightmare. Walters, so Ashley witnessed defendant throw a prop skull, so a fake skull, so hard at Wood, Evan, that it left a raised welt on her stomach. That it left a large raised welt on her stomach. so hard. Okay, not to her head. He just threw it at her. Allegedly, supposedly, Manson threw a prop to wood so hard that it left a large raised welt on her stomach. How come, like, I got the wrong dates or what? They were not together anymore. That's when Esme was with him. You can tell me that he was with both at the same time? I don't believe that. So during this whole thing, where was Ashley Morgan at? Because Ashley Morgan told People's Magazine on her cover, then she talks BS for 20 minutes, that she was with Manson in the middle of the summer of 2010. So where was Ashley Morgan in all this? She was like, where? This apartment has only like 3 bedrooms. So where? I don't know. I don't know. This is the biggest, like, I read a lot of stupid freaking documents, but this is beyond. This is beyond. All right, I'm gonna pause right there because I'm stuck on she was hiding food, like little Ashley was hiding food in her little pockets in her skirt and bringing it to the bathroom for Esme and for Evan. How Evan and Esme were there at the same time. Evan was engaged to Manson, and then they broke up and got back and forth, but that was it. That was done. And at that time, he was in a polygamous situation with both of them. Like, he was, no, I don't believe that for a second. And then throwing the prop to Evan's stomach, I don't know. I don't know why they're saying that now. Why Evan didn't put that in her first declaration? Why Esme didn't say in her first declaration that she was forced to be in a bathroom and she was fed food by her friend, but she was forced to stay in the bathroom? Why? See, it's just like they're making it up as they go. It's like, what else can we add? What else can we add? It's just ridiculous. Oh my God. So I need to go eat something, and that was it, and that was all I'm gonna do on that, because that was a long ass document, and I know I stopped a bunch of times because this is the thing. I try. I really want to believe. I don't want to. I mean, I know that he's innocent because I knew that Johnny was innocent, and now we have plenty of proof that Johnny is innocent. So I think they're framing these 2 guys because they're easy target and they are too trusting. They get people in their house and they don't know who these people are. So I guess it's an easy target to have it, to frame them on this. But this filing is crazy. Like, it's so much. My God, it was like Ashley in Wonderland or something. How much crap happened to her from March to December, and that's it. And then they were not. They didn't have a working relationship anymore in 2011. And there's some stuff about them. That's it. This is all I'm gonna read because it's just crazy. It's so much. So, closing arguments. There was no food, right? There was just cocaine, but you found food somehow. Then there was 2 people in a bathroom in a very small apartment with probably only 1 bathroom because it's a 3-bedroom apartment. So, well, maybe you have 2 bathrooms, I don't know. So he didn't use those bathrooms. So the girls were able to hide in the bathrooms, right? And eat the food that Ashley was bringing them. People say over and over there was no food in the apartment at all because he doesn't want them to eat. They say that he doesn't want them to eat, he doesn't want them to sleep. So the thing about her being isolated with all those people around in the parties and the Academy Awards, the plenty of different awards events and traveling, and she says she was not having no time off. She didn't have access to a phone. I mean, how come there's so many posts from her for years and years back, also on her Facebook, taken either by an iPhone or by some type of phone. So she had a phone to take pictures with, so she could call people if she wanted to. And that's like, there's so much sci-fi on this. It's bananas. It's crazy. But yeah, like he said on that video that I play in the beginning of this, it always pays to be the villain, and who is better than him. You know, it's almost like he's been preparing his whole career for something like this. It's so fucked up and so sad that somebody can get canceled on something there's no proof of. It's just a big chunk of I don't want to say it's all lies, but it's like it's so all over the place. The dates don't make sense, the people don't make sense, the places don't make sense. She's not saying the names of these actors that they were abusing her to. She only mentions Evan and Esme because Evan and Esme are going to back her up. That's what she's mentioned them. The whole thing about the Nazi outfits, that is really cruel and really evil for her to mess with something like that, because that is a big deal for a lot of people, for everybody, and that's something that's really messed up. And the only reason she's saying that in the files is because there are pictures of Evan wearing Nazi outfits and Nazi makeup to look like a certain person, right? So now they have to say it's blackmail. They have to say that he forced them to take those pictures. They don't seem forced. Those pictures, they're out there. Look them up on Instagram, on Google. I don't know if they're going to appear on Google, but they're on Instagram, on Twitter for sure. And Evan is all in all her glory, having fun, hugging people, just drinking with people, wearing a little German little outfit. And it doesn't seem like she is really having a hard time. It's not like she's passed out and blacked out and then then he put something on her, took a picture of it. She's willingly just, so I don't know. There's so much bullshit. And the whole thing about the parking lot, the parking is really funny too, how she couldn't go anywhere until 7. Yes, she could have. There's a lot of places she could have gone and then go get her vehicle at 7. The black walls, the blackout, them going with flashlights around, like, you know, like I said, even if you turn the lights off in your house right now and everything off, you still will see things. The human eye does this weird shit that you take everything off, turn everything off. Yeah, you're gonna kind of stumble, but you can see things close by. You don't need a flashlight. There will be light from outside. These curtains, I want to get the curtains that he has. These black curtains that they're speaking of, because they seem like they're a very good deal to have in the summer, because I hate the sun. I can't stand the sun. But I wanna have those curtains because it seemed like they blacked all the light to the point that you need flashlights. What type of game you're playing? Like, it's just so it's. If this document was like maybe half of it, you know, and she would just have some points of it, like throw her against the wall, biting the ear, something like that, that would probably make a little bit more sense with his persona, whatever. But for her to say, oh my God, like at least like 22 different accusations of 20 different things all over the damn place. So I think this is a big mistake. This is a big mistake. I know she probably thinks she's the shit right now and all her friends are backing her up. But when I think about it, this is so over the top. And like, I really think they made it up as they went. I don't think they knew all this 2 years ago. They knew some of it. And then as they went, they were like, wait. She, is getting all this attention. Ashley Morgan was the week before last week on People's Magazine. It had a lot of attention from her cover. Now I'm going to do this. Oh, also there's no mention of Ashley Morgan in any of this. And Ashley Morgan is supposed to be, she was dating Manson for a couple months in 2010. And I don't know where she was when all this blood and all this nightmarish events were happening. Anyway, I'm hungry. I'm going to eat something and probably go bite some people's ears or something. If you're still watching, thank you. You're my hero. You have a lot of patience. If you're not, then it's okay. Thank you anyway. I wanted to get this out and then kind of go back, believe it or not, to Amber, believe it or not. Even if this hits me more for a lot of different reasons that I'm not going to explain right now. But there's so many correlations between, just the personalities of Johnny and Manson, and there's so much the relations between the personalities between Evan and Amber, and the lack of personality, and the fact they're both bisexual. That's what they say, who knows. The fact that they're both on the Me Too movement and the Time's Up movement. It's not a coincidence. This is not just some girl, they went, some girl that is the daughter of a dentist in the valley, and she's accusing Manson of this. No, it's not a girl that went to a show and she's accusing him of stuff. It's just this nest of people that know people that know people that know people, and emails. They send emails to each other saying, hey, you want to be part of this group? You don't want to be part of this group? Okay, we're doing this. It's a support group. I didn't know there was such a thing as a support group for victims. It's supposed to be, you know what they call it? AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, and A, Narcotics Anonymous. The word anonymous is there for a reason. So if you go to a group, let's say you go to a group for women that got assaulted, right? The group is anonymous. There's no names in the group. There's no like the Manson group, the Evan group, the Amber support group. It's just there's no name. So for her to say right there she was attending this group and sharing stories with these girls, that is just plain gossip. She's trying to make it sound like it's therapeutic, like it was a therapy, like it was a group, a recovery group. There's no recovery group when you put in somebody's name up there. That's just accusations and gossip. That's not recovery. And maybe they're so blind in the head and so strange and crazy that they think this did happen. I don't think so. I think Ashley knows exactly what she's doing. And it's really weird that she's like the last one. I think she's the last one. I don't know. Hopefully. And her statement is the wildest and the longest and the craziest of all of them. So it makes me think that she was more in it than what she's saying. That she was in it. She witnessed things, good and bad, who knows. And I think she's trying to cover her butt. That's what I think she's trying to do. And I won't be surprised if a lot of the things that she's saying that he did are things that she did. If you know what I mean. Anyway, I'll come back when I come back. If you watch this whole thing, thank you so much. And you can send me an email. You may post a comment. I usually just respond to the comments, and I love making comments back and chatting, and that's always fun. But if you want to talk to me in private, you can also do that, because sometimes I know it's hard to maybe say certain things. So just, you're welcome to do that, and thank you so much. Have a good night. Be safe, okay? Don't believe everything that you read out there.